Hello student, today I want to explain the concept of electric dipole. As you already know, in chemistry you have learned water is polar molecule because it consists dipole. Similarly, carbon dioxide is non-polar molecule because it does not constitute electric dipole. But what is electric dipole? Let us understand that concept. Electric dipole consists two charges. Di means two. And the two charges of different nature. One is positive and other one is negative. So electric dipole constitute two equal and opposite charges which are being placed at a small separation. It means they are very closely spaced. So when you have two equal and opposite charges which are lying at a smaller distance, then that constitute dipole. Now how can you measure electric dipole? It is equal to product of magnitude of either charge and the dipole separation. Dipole separation means the distance between these two equal and opposite charge. So I am taking here 2A dipole separation. We can take A also. But here we are taking 2A in order to make our derivation simple. That's why. Otherwise it can be taken as A itself. And since it is a vector quantity, so it's directed from minus Q to plus Q charge. So therefore I can say electric dipole moment is equal to product of charge into dipole separation. And since you know that unit of charge is coulomb and dipole separation is the length between these two charges, distance between these two charges, so its unit is meter. So I have written coulomb meter. If I write meter very close to C and C is written small, it can be read as centimeter. Therefore I have to write in this manner. Instead of writing M here, if I write M as a prefix before C, it means it will be read as millicoulomb. So that has to be avoided. The unit of dipole is coulomb meter. Let us take one example on it. I have a charge minus 2Q and here is Q and this is Q. We know that the dipole contains equal and opposite charge. That's why I have to split minus 2Q into minus Q and minus Q. One minus Q will constitute dipole with this plus Q. Another minus Q will constitute dipole with this plus Q charge. So therefore we have two dipole moment. One is along this direction because it is directed from minus Q to plus Q, and another one is directed in this direction from minus Q to plus Q. And the dipole separation is written here A. So both are of equal value A into Q. And since the angle between these two is 90 degree given to us, so therefore according to law of parallelogram, we will get P square plus 2P P cos 90 degree. As you already know law of parallelogram, A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta, you have done in class 11th. So this is the law of parallelogram I have used, P square plus 2P into P cos 90 degree, and cos 90 degree value is 0. Therefore I have only 2P square and that comes out to be root 2P, where P is equal to AQ and hence the net dipole moment is given by root 2 AQ. Take another example here again. I am taking an equilateral triangle here. This is Q charge, this is Q charge, this is minus 2Q charge. And you know that minus 2Q again being split in minus Q and minus Q. One minus Q will constitute dipole with this and another minus Q will constitute dipole with this. So two dipole are in this directions And since it is an equilateral triangle, so the angle is 60 degree. And cos 60 degree, you know that half. Again, I am applying the law of parallelogram. A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. And cos 60 degree half, and that will come out to be root 3P, where P is again AQ. So it means you can be asked this type of questions. So you must see to it. Now I am going to do one derivation. Electric field due to dipole along its axis. So let us take, I have a charge minus q and plus q of a dipole, and they are being separated by a separation 2a. And it is lying along an x-axis. And I have to take a point P along the same axis, because we have to find out the electric field due to dipole along its axis, though this P is lying along x-axis. Now this point P, let us say it is at distance r. So what we did here, this is the charge minus q and plus q, the dipole separation is 2a, and O is a midpoint. Midpoint, therefore OA equals to A and OB equals to A. And from center O to this point P, the distance is r. So at point P, there will be a two electric field. One electric field due to plus q charge of dipole, and another electric field due to minus q charge of dipole. Since you know that this plus q charge will exert, due to plus q charge, the test charge which is being placed at point P is going to suffer repulsion, and it will move away. And you know that electric field is directed away from plus q charge. So you can learn in any way. So wherever you want to find out the electric field, there you will consider a test charge. And test charge is always positive in nature. So this plus q charge is going to repel test charge away, and this minus q charge is going to attract test charge towards itself. Therefore, I have given the direction of electric field due to plus q charge away and due to minus q charge towards. Now, the electric field at P due to plus q will be equals to kq upon distance whole square, and distance is BP. And you know that OP equals to R and OB equals to A. Therefore, BP comes out to be OP minus OB, and that comes out to be R minus A. So therefore, electric field at P due to plus q charge comes out to be kq upon R minus A whole square, and it is along plus x-axis. Now, minus q charge is going to attract test charge towards itself. So therefore, electric field at P due to minus q, kq. You are not supposed to write minus here, because we are taking that in the sense of direction. So here I am writing only the magnitude. So this thing has to be kept in your mind. And the distance is AP. From A to P, the distance can be seen in this manner: AO plus OP. And AO, you know that A, and OP, you know that R. So the distance is R plus A. So KQ upon R plus A whole square. And this is direction is along minus x-axis. So these two electric field which is acting at point P are opposite in direction, but they are not equal in magnitude. So they cannot be cancelled out. The net electric field is given by EB minus EA. Why I am writing EB before EA? Because EB value is larger, because it have a denominator R minus A and here R plus A. So therefore this electric field is larger in magnitude. And since EB is along plus x-axis, therefore net electric field along plus x-axis. And dipole moment is along directed from minus q to plus q charge. It is also along plus x-axis. Therefore, electric field net and the dipole moment are both along plus x-axis. So I can say they are in the same direction. So I have to write the expression of EB and EA. And you know that KQ can be taken out common, and the LCM is R minus A whole square, R plus A whole square. And this is R plus A whole square, and here it comes out to be R minus A whole square. You will use the identity R plus A whole square, R square plus A square plus 2AR, and here R square plus A square minus 2AR. When you will open this bracket, this R square get cancel out, this A square get cancel out, minus minus become plus, and 2AR and 2AR gives you 4AR. So it means that the final result you will get KQ 4AR. And you know that 2AQ equals to dipole moment, and hence we got the result 2kpr upon R square minus A square whole square. Now if I take this point P very very far, then this dipole behave as a short dipole. When R is very very greater than A, where R is OP, and OP is very very large, it means point P lies very very far. So I can neglect A square in comparison to R square. So A square will be no more in the expression. You will get 2 kpr upon R square, and this is whole square, R is to the power 4. 1 R get cancel out, and you will get 2 kp upon R cube. So electric field due to dipole, how does it depends on the distance? It is inversely proportional to cube of the distance. So I am giving an example of it for a short dipole. If at distance R, say electric field is E, so at distance 2R the electric field comes out to be E by 8. Because 2 whole cube comes out to be 8. 3 cube comes out to be 27. Whereas in the case of isolated charge, your relation is KQ upon R square. So E inversely to R square for a point charge. But for dipole it is inversely to R cube. So this thing to be kept in mind. So which electric field decreases very fast, gradually fall, more gradually fall for dipole rather than for point charge. Now there is another derivation, electric field due to dipole along its perpendicular bisector. When I say perpendicular bisector, it can be said equatorial plane also. So I have a dipole minus q and plus q charge. Minus q lies at A, plus q lies at B, and O is a midpoint. This is OA, A, and this is OB, A. So we are taking point P, perpendicular bisector at distance R, and P is at the same distance from A and from B. If you use the Pythagoras theorem, as you already know, this is A, this is O, this is P, this is under root R square plus A square, because this is A and this one is R. So in this manner I can say this is A, this is R. So it comes out to be under root A square because this angle is 90 degree. So it means that if I apply Pythagoras theorem, this distance PA comes out to be root R square plus A square. This is minus Q charge, and wherever you want to find out the electric field, you will consider test charge, and test charge is always positive. So this negative charge is going to attract towards itself. So the direction of electric field due to minus Q is along PA direction. Similarly, plus Q charge is going to repel test charge away. Therefore, its direction will be along BP and it will be along this direction. Since PA equals to PB under root R square plus A square, so this angle and this angle will be same. It means it is behaving as a isosceles triangle. And you know that if you draw the parallelogram, the net electric field is given by the diagonal. Since EA and EB are equal in magnitude, because KQ upon distance whole square, and distance you know that under root R square plus A square, and that gives you kq upon r square plus a square. EB is along, EB is kq upon r square plus a square. Direction I have just told you. These are equal in magnitude. When the adjacent sides of a parallelogram are equal in magnitude, then the diagonal will be the bisector of it. And you know that this is an exterior angle, this is, and this are the two opposite interior angle. The exterior angle is 2 theta, and since it is a bisector, that's why it is angle theta, and this is also angle theta. If you resolve this electric field EA, its one component will be along this direction, another component will be along this direction. Its one component, horizontal component, will be EA cos theta, and here it will be EA sin theta. Similarly, you will resolve EB, and this is angle theta. Its one component here will be EB cos theta, another component will be EB sin theta along this direction. So it means that these EB sin theta and EA sin theta are opposite to each other, and EA cos theta and EB cos theta are in one same direction. So net electric field is given by EA cos theta plus EB cos theta, whereas the vertical component are equal in magnitude because EA and EB are equal and they get cancelled out. So you will get the net electric field 2EA cos theta. And you know the relation EA is equal to KQ upon R square plus C square. And what is cos theta? Cos theta base upon hypotenuse, and that comes out to be 2KQ upon R square plus A square, and cos theta relation being applied here. This is the power 1, this is power half, and 2AQ equals to dipole moment P. So we got the final result Kp upon R square plus A square 3 by 2. If you take point P very far, taking a short dipole, then it will behave as a short dipole. Then neglect A square in comparison to R square, you will get Kp upon RQ. And you will get E inverse equal to RQ. And electric field is directed opposite to P because you know that the dipole moment is from minus Q to plus Q charge. It is along plus x-axis, and net electric field is in this direction. It is a minus x-axis. So it means both are opposite in direction. So theta is 180 degree between them. So this is very important derivation. So E, electric field due to dipole, how does it depend on distance? Inversely to RQ. Torque act on an electric dipole in uniform electric field. When we talk about the uniform electric field is that field which are equal in magnitude and having same direction, because uniform means constant. So when you draw the electric field lines equally spaced, it means that they are constant in magnitude. And since they are in one direction, so it means this is your uniform electric field lines. So uniform electric field lines are represented in this manner. Net force. Now you know that plus Q charge is in the electric field, and it will experience force plus QE. Plus indicate same direction to the electric field. Since electric field is in this direction, the force act on plus Q1 will be in this direction. This is minus Q charge. The force act on minus Q charge due to electric field will be minus QE. And what is minus QE means? Minus means opposite direction. That's why the force on minus Q is directed opposite to electric field. So I have two forces which is acting on this dipole. One is plus QE and another one is minus QE. If I want to find out the net force is given by the vector sum of all the forces. This is plus QE, this is minus QE, and that comes out to be 0. It means that net force is 0. It means that balance force is acting on an electric dipole. Since there is a net force 0, so it will not having any linear motion. But this F1 and F2 are acting not along one line of action. it is acting at one end and is acting at the other end. So it will, F1 and F2 is not a collinear forces. They are non-collinear forces. So it means these two equal and opposite forces will constitute coupled forces, and the coupled force is going to produce rotation. So it means that these two forces which are non-collinear, they behave as a coupled forces and they will produce rotation. And what is moment of couple? Magnitude of either force and the perpendicular distance between the two ends where the two forces act. And you know that these are the two ends, and this is the angle theta. This angle theta is in between the dipole moment from A to B, because minus Q2 plus Q charge. It is directed dipole moment, and this is the direction of electric field. So this and opposite to angle theta, the perpendicular means BC is your perpendicular. So perpendicular distance is BC. If you apply the relation of sine theta, this comes out to be 2a sine theta. So what is moment of couple? Force is QE, perpendicular distance BC, just I told you 2a sine theta, and 2aq is equal to dipole moment. So it comes out to be P sine theta. So it means that torque equals to P cross E. Let us consider I have a dipole in this direction. The dipole moment is always directed from minus Q2 plus Q. The angle between P and E is 0 because P and E both are in the same direction. And you know that sine 0 is 0, so torque act on it 0. If I place the dipole in this direction, minus Q2 plus Q, this is the direction of dipole moment, E is in this direction, so they are opposite to each other. So theta is 180 degree, and you know that sine 180 degree is 0, therefore torque is 0. So these two positions are equilibrium position. Why? Because in uniform electric field, force is already 0. And here the torque is 0, so it will not having any linear motion as well as rotational motion. So it will be in the state of equilibrium. Now, when the torque act on it, when the coupled force act, it produce rotation, and when it produce rotation, some work is being done by the torque. So let us get the relation of electrostatic potential energy. So I know that torque produce rotation, and with that rotation it will displaced. So work is done by the torque for a small angular displacement which is given by dw tau d theta. As you already know, work relation is force into displacement. In place of force, I am writing torque, and in place of displacement, I am writing angular displacement. Because due to rotation, there will be a change in angular position. So work done by the torque is given by tau d theta. And what is the relation of tau? P sine theta, just I told you. And this is d theta. If you want to find out the total work done, you will do the integration. Now I am taking initial position 90 degree, which corresponds to reference position where the electric dipole is in having potential energy 0. That is the reference position. So let us consider the dipole rotates from the 0 potential energy to certain other potential energy. So I am taking initial angle 90 degree and final angle is theta, and P sine theta d theta. P taken out because it is constant, and integration of sine theta to be done. And you know that sine theta integration is minus cos theta, and you know that the upper limit is theta and lower limit is 90 degree, and cos 90 degree is 0. So you are left with minus P cos theta. And it can be written in a vector form minus P dot E. If I consider the dipole is having initial angle is theta 1 and final angle is theta 2. It means it is rotating from this angle to this angle. And this initial orientation will have this initial potential energy minus P cos theta 1. And this angle theta 2, let us say final energy minus P cos theta 2. And what is the work done? According to work energy theorem, work done equals to change in energy. So final minus initial. I am just doing that thing, so I will get this relation. Again come to the same point. When you are placing the dipole in the same direction of electric field, when theta is 0 degree, force is 0, torque is 0, and cos 0 is 1. So therefore U equals to minus P. And this minus P is very minimum potential energy. So that's why this particular position is stable equilibrium position. When you place the dipole in this direction, it means P and D are opposite to each other. Theta is 180 degree. So you already know force is 0, torque is 0. And when cos 180 degree minus 1, it comes out with plus P. And this plus P is the maximum potential energy. So this particular position corresponds to unstable equilibrium position. So theta 0 degree corresponds to stable position and theta 180 degree corresponds to unstable equilibrium position. So this is very important concept which you kept in your mind. So just learn all these things properly and give your feedback. Thank you.